Hey guys, just had a big steak and a baked potato and some carrots and coffee. Anyway, now am getting ready to make a video. I made it earlier and for whatever reason it didn't take. So I'm making it again. Start with, I went to FYE. And, okay, I think I got it in the order I want to do it. They had, I already took the plastic off of my earlier video, but they have these, what do you call them, clearance items in the front of the store. These are items that are 50% off. My guess is they didn't sell or something. Didn't sell as fast as they should have or something, but in any event, I picked up a triple feature and a quadruple feature, and I opened up to see if they had, if they were flipper discs. I'm really not a big fan of the flipper disc. Turns out they're not, but they're weird still. These were half price. This one was, my total cost was $1.35 for this. That's the triple feature of Johnny Mnemonic, Omega Doom, and the Universal Soldier: The Return. So, haven't seen any of these. Heard of some of them. I've seen Universal Soldier, and I've heard of Johnny Mnemonic, but never seen either. I'll give you the, if I can read this. Keanu Reeves is a space age courier who's plugged in, turned on, and buffed up to deliver the most important data of the 21st century. Okay. It's wet wired directly into his brain. Interesting. Hard to read this. I don't know if it's my eyes or just the lighting. Omega Doom in a post-apocalyptic world that is Earth, machines rule. And there's two forms of robots, and we kind of go from there. Universal Soldier has Jean-Claude Van Damme again. And he is this heroic former Universal Soldier. He's about to be thrown into the action once again when Seth, Michael Jai White, the supercomputer-controlled Ultra Warrior, decides to take revenge and destroy its creators, and only Jean-Claude Van Damme or Luke Devereaux can stop them. Pretty good. Sounds good anyway. We'll find out. The weird thing about this is the way they've got these discs in here. There's 3 discs. I thought it might be a flipper thing, but there's 3 discs in here on this one spindle. So you've got, I'm kind of okay with it. I checked them out. There's not a mark on them. So, I guess they're okay like this. They seem to be somehow just separated enough where they're not touching. So you've got the Omega Doom disc. And you've got, so say it's weird though, Johnny Mnemonic. And finally, the Universal Soldier: The Return. I guess I'm going to be okay with this the way it is. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm kind of picky about my stuff. Not kind of. I'm very picky about my stuff, even for $1.35. And I guess I'll be all right with this. Put Johnny Mnemonic on top, though. Anyway, I thought that was a pretty good deal for $1.35. 3 discs. I get all DVDs except for one thing, one Blu-ray, which I'll show you after this one. Then the quadruple feature, and this one's got 2 discs. 2 discs, 1, 2, with 2 movies on each disc, which is better than a flipper. I hate flippers. I own a few, but I tend not to like them. So this one's got Fear, The Watcher, Raising Cain, and A Kiss Before Dying on it. Sorry about the glare there. Weird. What am I picking up there? What that glare is up from. Anyway, that's the, I know what that one is. It's a light overhead. And you've got some good stars in this thing. John Lithgow in Raising Cain, along with Lolita Davidovich. Stephen Bauer was in that one. Kiss Before Dying stars Matt Dillon, Sean Young, Max von Sydow, love him, Diane Ladd. So these all have pretty good stars in this. The Watcher. Who's in that one? James Spader, Marissa Tomei. Pretty good stuff. Keanu Reeves, again. And Fear stars who? Oh my God, my eyes are getting terrible. Alyssa Milano. Like her. William Peterson, I remember who he is. Yeah. And Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. I got that one from here. I really like Reese Witherspoon, by the way, as an actress. I find I like her in quite a bit of things. I see she's out in 2 new movies in the last year or so. The next one was a buy 2, get 1 free. Sorry, buy 2, get 1 for $1. So this one I got for, remember, I always get 10%. Oh, but the quadruple feature was $2.25. Awesome deal, I thought. This movie, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I was flicking through the channels on the TV and saw parts of this and really kind of liked it. And then I never saw the end, so I'm assuming I know how it ends, but I don't know that. According to somebody here, it's the best monster movie of the millennium. Well, I don't know about that. But it looked interesting, at least. It's called Monsters. You may have heard of it. It didn't get good reviews from what I can see, except for the one that said, the guy down here that says the best monster movie of the millennium. Yeah, the special effects were pretty cool. It looked to me like a documentary, sort of, in the beginning. The part I saw had like a monster on top of a building. And then the army was kind of trying to blow it up. It looked like a homemade movie of it. Like somebody had filmed it. You know, like a camcorder. The basic plot is that they believe there's life in outer space. They send a probe up there. The probe comes back and crashes somewhere near Mexico. And new life starts springing up from that probe's crash, forming these monsters. So I thought that was an interesting theory, or an interesting plot. And then these two, he's trying to get her to safety, to across the border, where I guess it'll be safe into America, in the United States. Looks kind of cool for $5. It was $6. I get 10% off, so it was like $5.40. I paid for that. The next one I bought, and I think this was also $6, so $5.40. Anchor Bay Collection. This one is Clive Barker's Hellraiser, which I never owned. I like the slipcover on this thing. Thought it looked really nice. Here's the back. Nice profile there, Pinhead. This has got, yeah, nice looking case. Got the disc inside, looks nice. I think everybody knows what Hellraiser is about. What I like about Hellraiser, I was talking to Falagar517, Sam, earlier tonight. In fact, I called him on the way to FYE and said, hey, Sam, what horror movie should I get? And he gave me some titles of like some Scream Factory things, and they did have quite a few of them. Problem was, when I get up to the register with them, I had a coupon for 30% off of any new Blu-ray or DVD. It was on Blu-ray. I was going to buy Dolls or Day of the Dead just to check them out. I'm not a huge monster movie fan or a horror movie fan, though I think many of you have heard me say I used to be. I like this movie a lot. I like Clive Barker a lot. I like Stephen King a lot. Which brings me to the next one I bought. I love this movie, and it is a horror movie. I don't know, you know, it's not a Scream Factory movie or anything, but I love this one nonetheless. I think it's one of the better well done ones of his stuff, and that is Pet Sematary. Now, I got this for 90 cents. It was buy two get one for $1, but I get 10% off. So this one normally was $4.99. I got it for $1, less than 10%, so I got it for 90 cents. So 90 cents for Pet Sematary. This is the special collector's edition. I love the cover art on it. Looks really cool to me. Got the cat eye there. And then you've got the graveyard. I'm not going to spoil too much if you've not seen it. But great movie. Of course, there's a pet cemetery that sits on an ancient burial ground. When the cat gets killed, when their family cat gets killed, the main character, whose name escapes me, decides to go and bury the cat in the pet cemetery, because the word is, if you bury an animal in the pet cemetery and say the right words and do the right thing, it can live again. So, yeah. But may not come back the way it was. So pet cemetery, pretty cool. For 90 cents. So I get up to the register and they wouldn't take the coupon that I had for $3. They wouldn't take. I had a couple of these Scream Factories. I wasn't sure which one I was going to get, but I had a couple with me at the register. Dolls and Day of the Dead, and I think I might have had Night of the Demon too. Night of the Demon? Yeah, I think that's what it was. And once I found out that they were all on sale, and it wasn't a great sale, they're like $26. I wasn't going to buy them, because what I wanted to do is get, be able to use the 30% off of new or 40% off of used. So the other thing I found out was that the coupon was for the Chinese New Year, which was yesterday, the 19th of February. So I couldn't use it. Anyway, she said, I guess she felt bad for me, because I said, I guess I'm not going to take these, because I don't like the sale price you have is not, it's like $26. It's not, I can get them for less. And she said, well, I can still give you 30% off, but not, because they're on sale, I can't do it on that. I'll give it to you on this other one. And the other one was something I have not seen in ages. Got it on DVD. I know they make it on Blu-ray, but they didn't have it, so I got the DVD. It was, with the 30% off, plus my 10% discount, it was about $10 for this. And that is the Grateful Dead movie. Big fan of the Grateful Dead. There's the spine on that. Love concert movies anyway. This one has got a ton of animation in it. In fact, it was actually a theatrical release, not just a concert movie, but it had in it all sorts of funky artwork like this on the screen. If you've heard the Grateful Dead's music, you know it goes quite well. There's some scenes from the movie there, or some images from the movie. So you'd have dancing things. And of course, you also have the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia here on guitar. Jerry Garcia, a unique guitar player, he had a unique sound, kind of like Eric Clapton's sound, or Jimi Hendrix's sound, or Jimmy Page's sound. It's a unique sound. And I think what made Jerry's unique, well, beyond just his technique, I guess, is he was missing part of his middle finger. He only had half a middle finger. His brother chopped it off when they were children, cutting wood. I think Jerry was holding the wood, obviously, and his brother was holding the axe. Great scenes of the Grateful Dead from the day. I'm going to say this is circa mid-1970s, 74, something like that. Somewhere around there is when this was made. But great movie. I did see it in the theaters some years after that. I think it was like $1 I paid to get in, one of these, showing some reruns or some, and saw it. This is amazing. It's about 5 hours worth of entertainment. About 132 minutes in the main movie, and then another 175 minutes on disc 2. I'm really looking forward to it. I kind of would have liked it on Blu-ray, but I'm not complaining at all that I got it on DVD, believe me. I'm sure it'll look great and sound great. Yeah, real happy that I picked up the Grateful Dead movie on DVD. So it's great talking to Sam on the phone. He gave me some great ideas for future looks. But I'm really happy with those pickups. I'm generally happy with FYE. I get to compare the prices. As you know, I bring my phone with me so I can check Amazon prices, check some reviews sometimes if I'm not familiar with the movie. But I've got quite a stack here that I picked up this week. I mean, there's probably, 40 or 50 movies here. It's not WrestleManiac 1130 type of haul, by the way. It's not 90, but it's probably half that. And for really good prices. On average, I know I averaged it out. I paid $30 for these 6 movies. Well, it's more than 6. 6 DVDs, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies. I paid $30, so it's less than $3 a movie when you add it that way. There they all are. A pretty cool haul, I think. Stuff that I'll definitely watch. And that's the key. I had some other ones that I put back. Some romantic comedies. I think my wife might have liked them. I'm not sure. But unless I'm positive she would want it, I don't pick it up because she thinks go figure, she thinks I have too many already. Her thought is, you can never watch them all. You'll have to live to be 200 to see them all. Well, she got a good point on some of the. Got quite a few. I've watched a lot. But I can't say, like, here's all my criterions here behind me. All here, all from here up, this shelf mainly, and some of over here too, minus the Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. But all these are criterions, and I've probably seen most of them, but I haven't necessarily watched what I own, if you follow me. So I've seen the movie before, perhaps on television or something, but haven't actually watched what I've got. And if I pick up a handful, just randomly pick up a handful here as long as we're chatting about it. Here's just a random handful of DVDs. I'll tell you which ones I've actually watched. The River I have watched. It's a good film. I like The River. It's by Jean Renoir, who does some wonderful stuff. It's a color film. It deals with, it's a story in India. It's based on a novel. And talks about 3 young women growing up near this holy Bengal River, and it's just their daily lives and shows their emotions and their interactions with each other, and it's really a good movie. I recommend this. You would never know what it's about looking at the cover, but it's really a pretty good movie. This is the older version. There's a new one out on Blu-ray, which is great. But I mean, this is good, and I love this movie. I did see this one, Rashomon, Akira Kurosawa. So far I'm 2 for 2. I have to pick up another handful. Ron, I have watched Ron. Again, Akira Kurosawa. This is King Lear. I think this is this is like the sort of like the Japanese take on King Lear, if you will. Rich king. Sons, daughters that are ambitious. A mad king. Another one I watched, Knights of Cabiria, Federico Fellini. Really recommend this one. I thought this was out of print for some reason. It just looks like it should be, but I think you can still get this. I may be wrong. Look it up and see. I don't know if you can still get this one. It's a great movie though, and I paid like $30 for it, which is a lot for a DVD. I think it's out of print. Keep it in a bag, obviously. It's in perfect shape. Great movie about a prostitute looking for love. And this is, by the way, this is Federico Fellini's wife. And to me, she's like just haunting and beautiful. And yeah, she is something else. And this was it's one of his most haunting films. It was a winner of Best Foreign Language Film. Yeah. Good stuff here, though. Yeah, I'm just looking at the back here and reading a few things here, but it really is a wonderful movie. Highly recommend it. I took a beer. Couldn't see it. Another one I watched, Mike Leigh's Naked, a really fucked up film, but I liked it. He's really fucked up, the main character, I should say, Johnny. They say he's charming. I'm not sure how charming he is. He's a fucking asshole. I need to watch it. Well, what do you know? I watched them all on this stack. Okay, but I have to grab another one. My Man Godfrey, I really recommend this one. It's a wonderful movie. Starring William Powell and Carol Lombard. They were married. As of this movie, I think they were not, but they were still starring together. I believe they were divorced at this point, but they're so good together. She's so beautiful and he's so charming, and he plays a I don't want to give too much away. What's it say on the back? This is the madcap antics of a wealthy and eccentric family when they hire a down-and-out, quote-unquote, forgotten man, a bum, in other words, a street beggar, as their butler. I guess it doesn't give away anything, yeah. Great movie, though. And finally in this stack, another one I highly recommend. I picked this one up cheap, too, at FYE some time ago. Really, really good movie. I didn't know what to expect. 2 DVD set. 111 minutes. It's in color. It's 2 actors, Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn. And it's called, well, My Dinner with Andre. And it really just shows Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn. You'll know Wallace Shawn from The Princess Bride. He played the brains behind the trio that kidnapped the princess. He is the one that the whole dialogue is back and forth when he poisons the drink and you know, he's trying to outsmart him. You're trying to outsmart a Sicilian when death is on the line and all this stuff. That's William Shawn, or sorry, Wallace Shawn, and it's a really interesting movie. I mean, the whole thing is filmed in this restaurant, and they just have, I think, really interesting conversations while they're eating and drinking and having these conversations, and the camera's, you know, kind of not really obtrusive. It's kind of in the background, and really liked it. I highly recommend that one too. All right, so I lied. You know, I said maybe I watched a lot of them, but I watched every single one of this stack. Maybe I'll just grab another stack at random and just see how many I've watched. Let's do a stack of Blu-rays up here. Grab a handful. We'll see how many I've watched. James Caan and Thief. Yes, I just watched this recently. Really liked it, actually. Loved the lighting in it. There was a conversation with Aaron Penn about this movie, that he wanted to get the Arrow version, maybe, I think, because it has 2 discs, and the other disc is the original movie that was released. This one's kind of the director's cut, or the director's recommended cut. It's different lighting. It's going to look a little more bluish green throughout. That's what he wanted. This has got a ton of extras on it, though. Of course, digital restoration, which is going to look every bit as good as the Arrow one. As far as this film, and again, it also includes the other film, the original one. This one does not. It's got an audio commentary featuring the director plus James Caan. Interviews with Mann, who's the director, Can, and others. Yeah. Got a Blu-ray and a DVD here, plus a pretty thick booklet. Lots of essays. So I really like this one. I like the cover of it too. But I have seen that. Well, what can I say about this movie? One of my favorites ever. Of course, I've watched it, The Seventh Seal. Max von Sydow. Love it. Love everything about this movie. Mark Bergman. Watched this one too. John Frankenheimer. We're just talking to Sam about this movie tonight. Seconds, starring Rock Hudson. Definitely saw that. I've only watched one of these, so it's a trilogy. I've only seen one. It's the Samurai trilogy. I really should go back and watch the other 2. Really enjoyed it, what I've seen of it. And it kind of left me on a cliffhanger, so I should go back and watch the other 2. I didn't really like the packaging of this, but I do appreciate the artwork on it. It's really cool looking. Safety Last. Yeah, I did watch this one. Harold Lloyd. Silent film, really cool. Probably one of the more famous silent film still shots as he scales the side of a building. Kind of as a stunt to get attention to the department store that he's working as a clerk. Man, you couldn't pay me to do that. But he did it. Well, I'm going to watch, all but one I'm going to have watched. Rosemary's Baby, the classic Roman Polanski Blu-ray, movie I should say, on Blu-ray, about, well, what do I want to say? Well, a woman who believes there's a plot against her and her baby from some of the neighbors in her building, and her husband and others trying to reassure her that's not the case and that she's overly exaggerating in things, but it's a horror movie, so go figure. Lastly, the one that I haven't watched, and how do I know I haven't watched this one? Because I still got the, how many do you have that still have the wrap on them? This one has the wrap on it. Never opened it, only because I wasn't ready to watch it yet. The movie sounds great. It's Revanche, which I think is revenge in French. A gripping thriller and a tragic drama. I haven't watched it. I'll read what it says on the back. Of nearly Greek proportions, Revanche is the stunning Oscar-nominated international breakthrough of Austrian filmmaker Götz Spielmann. In a ragged section of Vienna, hardened ex-con Alex works in a brothel where he falls for Ukrainian hooker Tamara. Their desperate plans for escape unexpectedly intersect with the lives of a rural cop and his seemingly content wife. With meticulous, elegant direction, I should watch this. Spellman creates a tense, existential, and surprising portrait of vengeance and redemption, and a journey into the darkest forest of human nature in which violence and beauty exist side by side. This is the director-approved Blu-ray special edition with tons of extra features on it. It is Revanche, or Revenge. And there's the back. And there's the spine. So there's one I didn't watch out of two fairly decent stacks, about 15 or 16 movies. I watched all but one. I think that's pretty good. These are alphabetical, so I gotta reverse them here. I should do this from time to time and just grab a stack of my criterions and tell you which ones I've watched and what I like or don't like about them. Now here I can also see a couple I haven't watched. Here's two I haven't watched. Here's three I haven't watched. I'll show you three. Here's three I haven't seen yet. I've opened all of them though. I take it back. I haven't opened this one yet. I've yet to watch Wim Wenders' Wings of Desire, but I really want to. I just haven't done it yet. I really want to see this movie. It's about an angel overseeing people in Berlin, and he falls in love with a human. There's a remake of this one. I couldn't tell you who was in it, but because I wasn't interested in watching it, I want to see this one. Love the look of it. Love the look of the cover. I have not seen this one either, obviously, since I told you I didn't see any of these three of these. This one I bought this last summer, I think. 1957, Ingmar Bergman. Love Ingmar Bergman. This one just sounds really good about a professor who's traveling to accept an honorary degree, and on his way, he's facing his his triumphs and his tragedies in his mind, and also the inevitability of his own death. Wild Strawberries. It's really good on Blu-ray. And finally, the ones I just looked up and said I didn't watch. Another Wim Wenders. I really should watch Wim Wenders, shouldn't I? I'm surprised I haven't watched this one yet. This one's in English. Tons of extras. Just amazing amount of extras. What is this about? It's about, I think it's about two brothers, isn't it? Follows a mysterious, nearly mute drifter played by the magnificent Harry Dean Stanton, whose faces a landscape all its own, as he tries to reconnect with his young son, living with his brother, Dean Stockwell, in Los Angeles, and his missing wife, Natasha Kinski. Yeah. It's a powerful statement on the codes of masculinity and the myth of the American family, as well as an exquisite visual exploration of a vast, crumbling world of canyons and neon. Beautiful cover on it. Paris, Texas. Wim Wenders. So, I clearly haven't watched all of them, but I've watched quite a few, and of course I'm digressing, but it's kind of fun for me. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. Put these back in the right order. All the rest of the shelf I have watched, except for this box set up here. This is the, I haven't even opened this one yet. This is Jacques Demy. I haven't opened it yet, but I will. I really want to watch The Umbrellas of Cherbourg and The Young Girls of Rochefort, which I will. I want to really watch all of them, but I really want to. Catherine Deneuve's in these, and I love Catherine Deneuve, so anything with Catherine Deneuve in it is hot. Her and my, I discovered Brigitte Bardot. Now that you may be, some of you may not know who I'm talking about, and some of you who are, above 35 or 45 maybe, know who I'm talking about. She was actually a 60s pinup girl, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I watched a movie, it's on the Criterion Collection, but I don't own it. But I will one day. At least I think it is. It's on Hulu Plus, which I have, so I can watch it almost any of the Criterions. I did watch this movie on Hulu and loved it. In it, she plays the girlfriend of a guy who's kind of a lady chaser, but he's got his eye on this new stripper who just started at the club, kind of a dancer stripper. But the woman wears a mask. Well, it's the same woman he's engaged to. She plays obviously both roles, and the movie is her trying to figure out does he really love her, or is he just fascinated with the stripper and he's stringing her along? Of course, he's telling the stripper he's sort of engaged, but it's nothing, just no big deal, and and he's telling the fiance that the stripper is just a stripper. She means nothing. He could never fall for a woman who was a stripper, and here she is. So it's just a great role, and she is adorable in it. Brigitte Bardot, check her out. Google her. Circa 60-something. So I want to pick up more of those. But Catherine Deneuve, Brigitte Bardot, two just exquisite-looking blondes. Much different looks to both of them, but gorgeous women. All right, I guess I'll leave it at that. Never a bad place to stop with gorgeous women. I'll revisit my Criterion Collection another time, but I hope you like the pickups I had from FYE. Where they also have Criterions, by the way. In fact, I was talking to Sam about they had a Solaris for $19.99 there. I mean, or actually $21.99, but with my discount, it would be about the same as buy it from the like the Barnes and Noble sale. One of these days, I'm going to pick that up. I just haven't done it yet, but I will. And they also have Harold and Maude, which I'm interested in, and a couple others. I'm always interested in Criterion, so I'll probably pick up those eventually. All right, guys, that's it for now. Enjoy your weekend. It is a Friday, the 20th of February, just to date this thing a little bit. And talk to you soon.